The Panono camera ball is something not many of us have heard of before because it is a rather new invention, but it is groundbreaking indeed.
The Panono is a small high-tech ball that is stuck with 36 cameras and an accelerometer that calculates the acceleration of the ball. It is wired together and programmed so that when the ball is at the vertex of its parabola, all 36 cameras fire at once to produce a 360 by 360 panoramic image.
The 36 cameras work like normal cameras would as per the properties of light. The light rays are refracted by the lens, so when the shutter closes, the converged light can meet on the film. The image produced is real, so light rays actually meet where you see them on the film, but the camera flips the image for you so it's not inverted.
How exactly was the Panono created? Jonas Field, who studied at the Technical University of Berlin, went on a trip to Tonga, an island in the South Pacific. He was fascinated by the beauty of the islands, but he thought that taking panoramic pictures would have a better effect than taking single shots.
He experimented with the idea of throwing a ball into the air to capture images, thinking that he could take the opportunity to use this idea for his master's thesis. He presented his idea in 2011, creating the prototype for the ball. It weighed around 750 grams and was wrapped using green foam.
He called his device the Throwable Panoramic Ball Camera and introduced it at one of the world's leading computer graphics conferences, SIGGRAPH Asia. Shortly later, he had a worldwide patent pending and an astonishing amount of interest from the public, so he formed a company in October 2012 to seek the commercialization of his new great invention.
In 2013, he finally introduced a panoramic ball camera, calling it the Panono, with co-founders Jorn Bollensdorf and Chen Chin. The prototype has shrunk to half its original size and now weighs about 300 grams.
Biel added a USB connector and tripod mount to make his device more practical and to add to his usability.
The Panono is the first consumer camera that would break the 100 megapixel barrier.
The team is currently working on an HDR mode version with options for bracketing and time-lapse shooting.
The Panono is the first consumer camera that would break the 100 megapixel barrier. Camera modules with better optics were obtained, which boosts the resolution of the Panono from 72 to 108 megapixels. This does not necessarily address a specific problem, however it does add to the camera's features.
It improves the quality of panoramas, so viewers can see their panoramas in even larger detail when they zoom in to look at their images. Details such as small writing in the corner would be very sharp. Create images with much better perspective and detail, which would be highly beneficial to some situations, such as scientific expeditions.
However, this camera would not have too much of an impact on mainstream society, as most people would not have an everyday need for high-res 360 by 360 panoramas. It would be quite common among travelers and in the tourism industry because they provide better images than your average camera.
The tourism industry would use this to lure people, using the beautiful images to advertise their place. Travelers would use this to show off the images of the beautiful places they have been to.
Camera ball would not make a significant amount of impact on the economy as of yet or in the near future because it is relatively new and only targeted towards a certain classification of people.
A few years in the market and it should start making a slightly larger impact on the photography industry, but then again it has a very niche market, so the only industry it can really affect is the photography and tourism marketing industry.
The Panono ball is an exciting new invention and for sure will become very successful in the future.